Hey guys, it's Bob Ferngren, and I'm back with another 8-minute video. Are you ever stuck? Are you ever stuck? Meaning your business isn't moving forward. Now this could relate to anything, but I primarily coach online entrepreneurs. So we'll kind of keep it in there, but I think you can relate to this even beyond just business. Are you ever just stuck? I mean, is your business not moving? Now, let's say you know exactly what you want. And by the way, nothing's going to happen with wishy-washy goals. So you know exactly what you want. You know, whatever that may be, and whether it's sales or new people or people ranking up on your team, you personally ranking up. But I think we would all agree you have to know exactly what you want. And then you have to do an appropriate level of action to attain that. You can't just say, I want this, and then sit there. That's called wishing and hoping and praying, and it ain't gonna work. So let's just, for the purposes of this video, you got the two most important things out of the way. You know exactly what you want, and you're taking an appropriate level of action for that. But it's not working. It's not moving forward. Why am I stuck? Why isn't this moving? Well, the only things I can really share with you are my personal experience and the things I've learned from others, right? I'm not just someone in the network marketing space who I've done it my way. No, I've learned from the greatest of the greatest. My mind is always open. So, but I have like 20 years of experience, and I've been super successful after not being successful for my first few years, and then, went back into a valley and then got up again and then went back into another valley. I understand about being stuck. So let's get you unstuck. I believe there's three things. Now, I tend to talk about things from a biblical perspective because I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, but I believe this is absolutely true in the secular world, because I believe the way that God set things up will work for his people and everyone. And so that's why you see non-believers being successful, because they're following certain things that just do work, right? So here's what I believe. I believe if you're stuck, it comes down to three things. Number one, it's gratitude. Number two, it's forgiveness. And number three, it's giving. Let's talk about them really quickly. You can ask questions, whatever, but gratitude. I mean, think about it. I mean, no matter where you're at, if you're ungrateful, who would ever give you more? If you're a moaner and a groaner, if you're just not even thankful for what you have. See, that's the key. It's what I have right now. And if you're listening to this, what you have right now is better than 95, 99% of the people in the world. I've traveled the whole world. I know what the rest of the world looks like. If you're watching this, what you have is better, but you're not grateful for it. Do you think you would ever advance or get promoted with a spirit of ingratitude on you? So simple. This is how I broke that and got control of it. Every morning, I write out what I'm grateful for. Now, sometimes I'll fill up 2 or 3 or 4 legal pages. Sometimes I just go to the headlines, like health, health. I'm grateful for my health. But many days I write out all the specific things about my health. And I'm very grateful for that. And my finance, some days I just say finances, but other days I list all the ways that money is coming to me. And again, you can do that. You can break it down into the big things: your family, your spouse, your freedom. Every day I'm grateful for America. I know things are a mess, but I'm grateful every day for the Constitution. I think we'd be gone without the Constitution. Do I know it's a mess? Sure, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I believe good men will get us back in track. And good men means women and men. Don't hit me up on that. So gratitude, take time to be grateful. Take time to be grateful every day, every day. I think if your kids were grateful every day, you'd want to give them more, right? That's the key. Be so grateful for what you have now. You're in a position to get more. Forgiveness. And listen, I'll tell you a quick story. I went through a divorce, 12, 13, 14 years ago for about 2 or 3 years. I hid from it. I didn't face it. I didn't have a lawyer. I didn't want to do it. I wormed and squirmed, and then the wheels kept turning, and the court was going to reject the case that my wife failed, and that triggered her to go do something about it, or my ex-wife rather, and unfortunately that happened. Now, there was a spirit of darkness over me a good portion of that time between separation and divorce, and I was learning about forgiveness at this time. So, okay, we're at the final mediation day, and I just look over and I said, I just want you to know that I forgive you. And she was a bit aghast. You forgive me? This is the stuff. I said, no, I am not accusing anybody. This is past that point. I forgive you. And I forgave her because the Bible says that divorce isn't right. So, listen, I was more than wrong in that marriage at the end game, but I forgave her. On my way home from that spirit had come off of me, and I could barely drive home. There was a big celebration party in my business that night. I couldn't get off the bed. The relief in me because I had forgiven was so powerful. So I'm always checking myself. Is there anyone who's... Listen, guys, I am not saying to forget. I'm not saying to stay in an abusive relationship. I am saying that you have to forgive. You have to do it. Not forget, forgive. Not stay in an abusive relationship, but forgive. Difficult, sure. Watch the freedom you get. You're the one who's going to get out of jail, just like I did. And then you got to give. We weren't put here for ourselves. We were meant to be a part of a tribe and support and encourage and love and all those positive things. You have to give, and when you freely give without expecting to get, and this might be the most important thing you'll ever hear in your life, when you give without expecting to get, you're going to get more. And then when you get more, you're expected to give more, and then guess what happens? You're going to get more. Now, you might be saying, well, I'm not in a position to give. Well, the greatest giver in the history of the world, this woman who had virtually nothing, but she found what would be equivalent to maybe a penny. That was all she had. She gave all she had. And God included her in the Bible. She gave all she had. So I wouldn't go there. I mean, if you're saying you can't monetarily give, you've got to really do some searching there. And this is the way I look at it. The first 10% just goes. So it's not like I even have it, right? And then I give another 10%. Now, giving is between you and God. I'm biblical. I believe that the tithe is 10%. I believe that. That's debatable, but you got to have a conversation with God about the financial giving, but also giving of your time. That's actually more important and more valuable. Giving of your time, freely giving without expecting to get. Now, you start working on those, and over time you master those, you're going to freak out with the amount of abundance that flows into your life. The amount of overflowing abundance. The abundance, and I'm not just talking about material things. I'm talking about that abundant life. The way to get unstuck, guys, is you got to forgive. You've got to give. And you got to be grateful for what you currently have. Hope this helps. God bless. Have a great day.